this morning. Do a live stream, live coon release last night. It's getting actually starting to rain right now, but first tip, when you're trapping a coon and releasing and you're going to take it somewhere, make sure you protect your vehicle. I've got the animal trap box. This is actually an older box from another trap. But it fits in there perfect because he's been sitting right here in the garage, and you see he's taking a little dump. So, and they can take their claws, because I had a mat down there. The last one I'm learning every time I go. I just put this little mat down. Well, it ripped it to shreds in the middle because they can take their little claws. And this one happens to be quite large. I think it's a male and it's aggressive. He's in there. He's heavy too. That's a 20-pound coon right there. But they can take their little claws. As you can see, what he's done to the towels. I thought it was a good idea to cover them with towels so they can't see me. He's looking at me right now, but all right, let's get this sucker in the car. Hey, Jonestead, we got the trash panda. Girl, this is a random trash panda. He's random because I seen the two babies coming out last night. They were peeking their heads out. They even came out full body, but they never fully came out to stay. They're still up there, so I know what's up there. Two babies. And this random, big, huge, aggressive male coon just smelled the peanut butter sandwich from a mile away, I do believe. So here we go, y'all. Let's put him back here. I'm going to grab the handle through the towel. He's in. He's in. He's in. He's in. The coon is in. Oh. And guess where I'm going to take him, Jonestead? I'm going to take him down to the river to the abandoned house. And I might even walk in there. But anyway, I'm glad he's in there. It makes me a nervous wreck. It does. Trapping live animals. All right. Let's hope it doesn't make noise. The river. He's going to the river. Well, he's going to go where I put the other one. I think it was female, the mama of the baby. So, same spot. They can reunite. Get y'all hooked up here. Who else we got in here besides Jonestead? Anybody? Get y'all hooked up here. Put the juice to you. You always got to take the juice. Always. No matter if you want it or not. I'm going to give it to you. You know, the fun part of the coon release is opening the door. That's the fun part. Thought about making a side hustle. I just ought to make a side hustle on catching coons. I could make some good money. Hey, that could get me out of here, of this coon-ridden place, right? Charge $75 a pop. Pay for the cage right away. I'll take this juice now. Here you go. I'm going to put it right in you. There you are. Y'all are juiced up. Now I'm losing my chat. It's freezing up on me. He's being quiet. Thank God he's being quiet. He's probably exhausted. Jones says, charge property owners for your animal removal services. I could. I really could. They got a lot of people working around here right now. You know, all of a sudden they're going to put up a new fence and they're going to fix leaks and they're going to do this and that because they can't sell it the way it is. Doesn't make it any better for me, though, as you can see. Lou, glad you could join us. You ready to go release a coon? See about this coon last night, though. I was up till, well, late for me, almost mid watching this sucker. Anyway, he was random. I think he just did not come out of my ceiling. If he was up there, that 20-pound coon, it does that because when I leave my house, the Wi-Fi disconnects. It does it every single time. Sorry, y'all. I should learn how to disconnect the Wi-Fi on the phone first, right? So far, no coon noises back there. Makes me a nervous wreck, though, just him being back there in my car, knowing it's a wild animal. But anyway, last night I was watching him. Gosh, this thing is not going to set up. Right about dark. And he's a smart... Oh, he's starting to make noise. He's starting to make noise. Hold on, I got to get y'all situated. I don't have my stuff together this morning. But anyway, he's smart. He was reaching his little paws in there, just pulling the peanut butter sandwich out, bit by bit, the whole time, and he knew not to go in the cage. Damn it. Oh, he's making too much noise. Sorry, it's buffering. God, he's making a lot of noise, y'all. Are we still buffering? All right, better. I'm just trying to hold the camera up. Anyway, he was smart enough to get his little claws in and out of the cage without actually going in it. So he ate like almost the entire peanut butter sandwich, and I'm like, dang, and then he left. I think he got full. So I had to break out a cookie. I busted out a sugar cookie, and I made a trail all the way into the cage. And I figured, well, he's going to be able to grab that too. So I took the towel. And just covered the part of the cage where the food was so he wouldn't be able to reach in there to get it with his little coon hands. And so half the cage was covered in a towel, and I made the trail going in with a cookie. And then I got out some fruit cocktail because I heard they really like fruit. And I put it in a bowl, and I think that's what got him in there, the fruit cocktail. But I went to bed at this point, and I was just hoping for the best in the morning. And there he was this morning. Thank goodness. He's a big one. Anyway, my coon shenanigans. I gotta fix this, y'all. Well, and I found out of the two babies, I've got two more that are still up there. And this is not attic space, y'all. It's not attic space. It's like maybe a 6-inch space. No person is going to be able to get up in there. It's just roof space. It's not an attic because it's like a flat roof. It's an addition on the back of the house, and it's flat, so it's not an attic. But anyway, there's two babies up there. They finally started coming out last night, but they kept going back in. They never fully came out, but now I know what's up there. There's two babies. They're going to be able to make it out. They're not going to die. So that's my next my next dilemma is trying to catch those two. If I could quit getting the random ones to come around. Hey, Demigog. That's 4 altogether. That is 4 altogether. That is. We had a whole family. That's usually how they roll. But I'm just glad that the babies are big enough to make it out. They're not going to be stuck in there. It's just a matter of time before I can catch them. So shoo! All I'm doing is coon trapping, y'all. That's it. Ever since I got back from Florida, that's all I've been doing and dealing with. It's been a nightmare. But since this one's so big and a male, I think it might be the daddy. And the other one I took off was their mama, and the 2 babies are now left. Just got to coax them out and get them in a trap. It is a nightmare, Demi. You know what the worst part is? I got to open this cage. And y'all are going to get to see it live. Jonestead, if anything bad happens, call 911, tell them I'm down at Clays Ferry Bridge. Tell them there's a woman down there that had to man up and let a coon, release a coon, live coon. It's aggressive. It's more aggressive than a borderline woman who just lost her D in attention. That's how aggressive it is. It's pretty. But it'll have the river. It'll have its little mate that I dropped off a few days ago. It'll have an abandoned house. It'll have it made more than even at my house. There's even a restaurant next door. That's terrible. I don't want to cause the restaurant coon problems. Yeah, I'm manning up. That's what I do. Squatch, what'd you say, Jonestead? Squatch room troubles? Squatchoon troubles. Oh, by the way, we're going to go squatching tonight. Me and War Criminal and Jonestead's going to try to make it since we're going tonight. But we're also watching the weather because the weather's kind of crappy today. We've got a lot of storms rolling in. What I'm going to do, I think after I release this coon, I would like to share with you all this Facebook post I made on a hiking group. It's the Red River Gorge hiking group. And I just posted on there and asked a question if anybody had ever seen anything Bigfoot related or paranormal or just highly strange while they've been camping or hiking in the Red River Gorge or in the Daniel Boone National Forest. So I got several responses. I had 140 comments, and they were mixed. About half the people laughed at me and were making jokes and sending pictures, and then about the other half were telling me their stories. So when we get back to the house here in a few, I'm going to share them with y'all, because tonight, weather permitting, we're going to be down at the gorge, and I'm going to go to these particular locations where there's been, I've got one Class A sighting at the suspension bridge. So I'm really wanting to check that area out. And there was 2 other places I want to go. Chimney Top in Swift Camp Creek has had a lot of activity, and they had a lot of, all these unrelated people had a lot of relatable stories. So I've got to go down here and check these places out where these people had these experiences. And we're almost there, y'all. We don't have far to go. We got less than a mile. We'll be there. Get this coon out of my Jeep. Demi's avatar. And you throw me off, Demi. You make me think I'm talking to her. But I know better. Demi comes up with the best avatars, y'all. The best. We're here. We have made it to the coon's new residence. We're here, y'all. We got a new abandoned boat over here. Right there. Abandoned boat. They got posted signs here now. That's a shame. That is a shame. Y'all ready to release this coon? I don't know if I am or not. All right, here we go. Sit y'all down here so you can see all the action, the live action, baby. Live action. Ready? There he went. Did y'all see him? God, he's huge. There he is. There he is. He went down towards the river. Shoo! Thank God. Thank gosh that's over. Oh my goodness. That makes me nervous. It was successful. Y'all remember this place? Woo! I'm still shaking, Jonestown. Y'all remember this place? The Wall Wieners. Yeah, he's a big old boy. He was. He didn't want to come out. He was making me nervous. All right. That's a nasty cage I got. Tip number 2: when you're done releasing the coon, see what kind of mess he makes. I'm surprised he didn't tear up the box. I have to wash the cage out when I get home. Probably throw those towels away. Oh my gosh, I feel so much better. 2 down, 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Can y'all believe that? And they're babies. We gotta coax them out. We gotta check out this abandoned boat. He was huge. He was huge. And aggressive. Cindy Lee, you're having phone service problems? It's a huge bridge. He went that way. Is it all pixelated? Can y'all see the? Y'all see it very well, or? Because a lot of times when I'm walking, it gets all pixelated. Look at that. everything's in there but the motor. Oh. Yeah, I've already blocked the entrance last night thinking they were out, so now I've got to unblock it again because I heard them this morning. I thought they were out last night. So when I get home, I got to do that, amongst many other things. You remember the wall weeder house, Demi? There it is. I got posted signs up there now. Couldn't be a better residence for a coon, though. River and an abandoned house. All right, let's go back and get my tablet out and read these comments from the Facebook group. Oh, the abandoned boat, the big abandoned boat is gone. No, it's not. It's just covered in brush. They got posted signs all over the place now. Wasn't like that when I was here doing the video last time. Look at all the brush that's grown up around the boat. This thing's so hard to get back into focus. Wall wieners are hiding, it seems. Well, I'm not going to go in there since it's posted, or I'd show them to y'all again. At least the trash panda's gone. Oh, thank goodness. I gotta fix this thing. I got my coffee this morning. It's just too early on a Saturday morning for all this drama, excitement. Adrenaline rush. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little better now. Thunder here on the farm. It was spitting rain when I left the house. It was getting all dark towards town, so it's headed this way. Cindy Lou. Demigog says, Cindy Lou, you said Kimmy looked like a turtle. Kermit and a turtle, kind of a mixture. At least that's what Miss Piggy thinks. I gotta get a better setup here, because this is really just disastrous today. Kermit 1 coming soon. We got Kermit merch. We do. We got Kermit merch. I wonder where old T-Boneless is. Don't y'all wonder where he is? You reckon he took a P. Diddy, not P. Diddy, P. Dirty recording contract or something? Or did he just go on to be evangelist? Maybe he has an evangelist channel. I know we're missing all the good stuff somewhere. We're missing it. It's out there somewhere. Y'all are looking at the sky. Well, it won't take me but about 5 minutes to drive home. So I was all disheveled trying to get this coon relocated, and I didn't get any of my stuff set up. Now this thing is not going to stay. It's going to have to be like that. Put the juice on y'all again. Yep, just email me, y'all, if y'all need coon removal, local coon removal around my surrounding cities and counties here in Kentucky. $75, I'll come get your coon and take it far, far away. Well, it's still dry. That sky's getting dark. I need business cards. I do. It needs a catchy name too. Like, I don't know. The she-bone coon catcher? I don't know. The she-man coon catcher. I've manned up a lot here lately. I've had to man up and do a lot of stuff. It's just one thing after another. Wow, the grape vineyard looks wonderful. Yeah, I'd be out. I didn't even want to be home today, but all these storms are rolling in. I wanted to be down in the gorge all day. I wanted to go down this morning and set up camp, and then meet up with War Criminal tonight and go to those places and investigate, but it didn't work out that way. Well, for two reasons. Because I caught a coon and it's going to storm. Yeah, sheep-bone coon removal. I think that's a good name. Sheep-bone coon removal. I could probably make a good living out of that. Probably could quit my part-time job. But you know what I thought about? What's the absolute worst thing that you could ever catch in a trap like that? Like the worst. Because I've already caught a possum too, and that's no problem. Possums are nothing. But I was thinking, what could be the worst? And I know what could be the worst. A skunk. That could be the absolute worst. And what are you going to do with a skunk? You're going to open the door and you're going to hope and pray that it don't spray you. That's the only thing you can do. So, there's that dilemma, you know, for she-bone coon removal. Don't want to catch a skunk. Really ain't much of anything else around here. I mean, you got fox, possum, skunks, groundhogs. None of those are really harmful. A skunk really isn't either. It's just, well, you know how terrible that would be. Get sprayed by a skunk. So that's the she-bone thought of the day. Of how horrible that would be. And with the luck that I have, and the way my life has surprises every day, I wouldn't doubt for 1 second that I'd catch a skunk. Wouldn't doubt it at all. Alright, we're almost home, y'all. And the sky is getting dark. Now, I tell y'all these stories, we have a thunderstorm. And you know what else she-bone did? Oh, here comes the law. The po-po. Anyway, another dumb move that she-bone did. I'm just going to air all my dirty laundry since we're airing it. Y'all already seen the coon release. Why not tell you? You know, we'll put mothballs up there, right? To repel coons. Well, I wouldn't suggest that. She-bone coon removal would not suggest putting mothballs in your attic space, roof space, etc. Because you're going to smell mothballs throughout your home. And when it gets hot, like it did yesterday, 92 degrees, oh, the mothballs are going to bake. Oh, yes. It was like instant headache for me all day yesterday. I so regret putting the mothballs up there. And there's no way to get them out. There's no way. And apparently it doesn't keep much of anything else out either. Because they're up there playing with them, rolling them around, possibly eating them. Who knows? So we're back to the mothball mansion. We are. We've got storm damage to our house. We got mothballs. We got coons. We got all kinds of stuff. She-bone has rode like that for, oh gosh, 20 years now. It's like a merry-go-round and round and round. It never stops. We still got anybody in here? Have I bored everybody to death? Cindy Lou says, glad it wasn't skunks you had to capture. Right. She-bone animal nuisance relocation. That's a good one. Have you seen the babies? If so, how big are they? I have seen them. I saw them last night for the first time. They're not tiny. They're not tiny. They're probably tween babies. Okay? They are ready to come out and be on their own. Let's put it that way. Yeah, if I catch a skunk, I don't know what I'll do. I really don't. I'm going to have to put a string on the door. I'm going to have to put a string on it and master the art of opening the door with a string. Because if I'm going to have she-bone coon removal, I've got to master a lot of arts. If I Skunks are mean, feisty too. Can you imagine? I can imagine. As nervous as a coon makes me, what's a skunk gonna do? I'd have to call animal control or something. I would. I don't know. I'm sure that once you captured a skunk, it would probably be so scared and upset it would just spray everywhere. Wouldn't you think? I would think so. I would. Yep, they have to eat. Play balls, crikey. Not having a good time. No, it's not been fun. It's not. Well, um, isn't pleasant either. What have I done here? No filter. Oh, did y'all know you could put filters on these? Huh. I need to. We don't want bubbles, and we want no filters. That's what we want, no filter. How do I get it to go away? I can't get it away. There we go. See, I don't know a lot about these rooms. I really don't. Let me go in here and get the tablet and y'all these stories, these interesting stories. They're coming out at. This is where I've had the dish. I've got a tart. That little hole right there is a hole actually up there in the roof. That's where they're going in and out. It's the thunder, y'all. And that's where I saw the babies hanging last night. I can't wait for them to. I'll go reunite them with their family, with their parents. Look who it is. Superstar. What are you doing? Oh, you coming in? Are you coming? What are you doing? Oh, Jim says hi. Yeah. What are you doing, Jim? Squatch. Squatch. Squatch him. You want treats? Is it raining, Jonestead? It's thundering here. He's a superstar. Look at him. He knows he knows how special he is now. He is not unfamiliar with it. I'm the treat dispenser, y'all. And this right here is his treat corner. This is the corner where he treat hustles because I keep the treats right here. And I get treat hustled a lot. That's what he does. All right, let's go sit out here and read these comments. We're getting ready to get a thunderstorm. Jim Dandy. How does Jim react to the coons there? He doesn't have a reaction. He just lets them do whatever they want to do, pretty much. Jimmy. He's their daggone friend. How about that? Unless I'm out there with him and I'm trying to run one off, he might show up and out a little, but that's about it. He's weird. He's a weird individual. He hangs out with possums. He probably hangs out with a skunk. Oh, my other baby's here. I gotta show y'all my other baby. Now this is who Jim's rival, and they do not get along, but he's a sweet little thing, and it took me a week to coax him out from under my house. Don't look at my storm mess. I mean, my goodness. Where are you at, Tucky? Where are you, Tucky? It's Tucky. Yes, it is. Look. Him so cute. Him so cute. He's such a big baby. He really is. Yeah. You still have food in there, Tucky? Joan says they aren't on Jim's superstar level. They must fawn over him to get his undivided attention. That is so true. That is 100% true. Oh, that's funny, Joan's dead. Yeah, he just wants attention. He wants that more than food. He's such a little baby. And they hate each other. They absolutely despise each other. But I let him stay since he's a boy. He's not going to have any babies. And this is his house. Old Tucky. He's something else. See, that's on my house. It's just time to move. That's what time it is. That's what time it is. That's where the coons go in and out. I'm telling you what's a mess. My house is an absolute disaster. Okay. Tucky hides from you. Only Superstar Jim allows me in his sense of system to love. Yeah, Tucky hides from everybody. Like I said, it took me a week to coax him out of the crawl space. So when I leave here, I'm probably going to have to find a place with a little building for him to stay in. I don't want to leave him here, that's for sure. Well, I just aired all my dirty laundry showing y'all that mess back there. My goodness, that's horrible. All right, so I posted up. See if my computer's going to actually work and not freeze up. This post I put in the hiking group. Just curious if any members of this group has had any Bigfoot sightings in the gorge or Daniel Boone National Forest, or seen or experienced anything with strangeness. If so, please comment. I'd love to hear and investigate what you've seen or heard in the woods while hiking. They got 104 comments and 53 answers. And after people laughed and we compared it to the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and, all of that. Actually, I got some stories, some pretty good stories. Hey, Cryptidville, you're just in time stories. Andy Lou says, I didn't realize the storm caused damage at your place, just a cemetery. Oh, yeah, it did that. I didn't realize it either till later on. So after, like I said, get through the comparison of the Tooth Fairy and all, it's story time. It is. I got the first story I've got was not a hiker or a camper, but just someone who lives in the area. It says, when I lived in the Rogers area, besides Red Sea Lake, we came home one night around the edge of dark and we heard a sound like I'd never heard before. And I grew up in eastern Kentucky. It's hard to describe the sound, but we felt it in our chest. Whatever it was powerful, and honestly, I couldn't stop thinking about it. We moved afterwards, but there's definitely something in the woods around that area that no other animal sounds like. I still can describe it. It scares us to death, and knowing something living around there that can generate that powerful of a sound is scary. I can't imagine what it looks like or what I'd do if I saw it. I couldn't imagine I'd do either. When I actually heard the Jurassic whistle out front, it was so loud it sort of rattled my inside. After that and being in shock, that's what I could not imagine, the size of this thing and how close it was. It's mind-blowing. It really is. And then I've got one, a camper story. He says, I've got a story. I was camping deep in the unmarked area, heard a tree fall and a grunting, and I investigated and saw a huge creature, probably a bear, but I don't know. I felt uncomfortable and fired a 45 70 round off at the ground, and WTF ever it was, ran away. That was 2005. So these stories too, from all different different times. Um, Here's another story from somebody who was cleaning out an Airbnb in Lee County, and they say they heard the strangest scream. My dogs went nuts. I looked at my husband and said, "Did you hear that?" He nodded and asked, "What was that?" And then about 3 to 5 minutes later, it did it again, a little further away. I had seen a video a few weeks earlier of a guy in Whitesburg who had recorded the same sound. He told some people in town about Bigfoot encounter stories, and I know without a doubt, I'm sorry, we told some people in our town about our Bigfoot encounter jokingly. Then we had people who are honest and sincere people show up sharing their encounter stories. I know without doubt these people were very sincere and not under the influence of anything. They made statements that they actually saw large creatures. Oh, that's my place again. Sorry, y'all. These people are honest and sincere people showing up. I know there's no doubt these people are sincere, not under the influence of anything. They made statements that they actually saw large creatures, one was seen near our property. I won't say I believe, but I also won't discount anyone for believing. A couple weeks later, my brother-in-law, who is a minister and a former forest ranger, heard something at his farm that he had never heard before. Very similar to what my husband and I heard. I've lived in the area all of our lives. This one's kind of interesting. From a hiker. On Swift Camp Creek Trail, I saw what looked like human feces with large barefoot impressions on each side of it. Either someone very large likes to hike barefoot and poop in the middle of the trail, or it was Bigfoot. Now the next one, I don't know if this is a hiker or a camper, but his story stands out to me because it's unrelated to other people. I heard another story that's similar to his that sort of sends chills down my spine. This guy says he heard a loud thump. Something jumped out of a tree. Never saw it. I smelled something, foul, wet dog. I was creeped out and I couldn't get in the truck fast enough. I never ran, I just walked fast. So, yeah. Can you imagine hearing something coming out of a tree, thumping, and then telling a foul, wet dog? That just screams dog man to me. Yeah, that's not good. His story kind of sticks in my mind because I also had a couple people send me some personal messages, and this young lady sent me actual audio of her story that was on Chimney Top. And her story, I'm just going to make it kind of short because it was kind of long, but she was camping with a friend who was a first-time camper, and they settled into their tent. They heard a thump coming out of the tree. She didn't mention anything about any odor, but then she heard heavy breathing, large footsteps, and just a bunch of rustling around, and they got really uncomfortable and really freaked out, and they had like a half a mile back to the car. They just kind of abandoned camp, went to the car to sleep all night. And she said they were in the car sleeping, they were hearing strange noises all night, like whoops and tree knocks and grunts and growls. So, and she didn't want to put her story on here. She just sent me a personal message, a video message. And we have another camper on Indian Creek, which I've camped in this area several times. And in this area, I personally have heard a lot. One day I was setting up camp at about 11 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful day. Not breeze, not anything. Beautiful spring day. And all of a sudden I hear this tree just uprooting right across the gravel road from where I'm setting up camp, which could have been, could not have been, I don't know, but I just found it to be very strange. Well, the same day, well, the same night, while I'm sitting around camp at about 10 o'clock around the campfire, I was sun camping by myself. I hear a huge, tremendous splash in the creek that couldn't have been possible by unless a human was dropping a boulder or a very large limb, and the didn't have that much water in it. So I mean, I've heard whoops there. I've heard tree knocks there. I've heard owl mimics. Anyway, enough about my experience at Indian Creek. This camper on Indian Creek, 9B, woke up at 3 a.m. to Jeepers Creepers playing on our speaker. Downloaded songs only, so I know that that song was not on our playlist. So they were downloaded songs that what on their playlist. In the morning, my car battery was dead. The next time we camped down there, my car battery was dead again. I refuse to camp on B now. Someone says they saw a UFO a few years ago while camping on top of Indian Staircase. I wanted to find this Class A thing I'm looking for. It's in one of the replies to comments, so I've got to look for it for just a second. Here it is. This was a camper. He says, had two of them probably hunting us near Suspension Bridge last year. Horrible and terrifying screams. Seen them in the floodlight, backed out of the woods abruptly, broke camp, and had them in my sights for about 100 yards. Never heard, seen them again. Came next morning, and the tracks were plain as day. If I ever camp again, I will have more than a Glock with me. Right. So that's the Suspension Bridge. That's where I want to go tonight. Probably hang out for quite a while. If not, try maybe sleep in the parking lot of a Jeep or something. If I'm hoping they have the parking lot open because this Suspension Bridge got destroyed by heavy winds. I think it was in the winter, last winter, when we had all those 60-mile-an-hour polar vortex winds. Yeah, that. So I know the bridge is not repaired, but I'm going to go down there and check that area and check that out really well. And I'm going to go to where the girl heard the thump up on Chimney Top. And then there's a lot of people talking about Camp Creek on here, so probably that area as well. I don't know if I'll get to all of them in one night, but that's it for tonight. And I think that's pretty much all the stories that I've gathered besides personal messages. I got a personal message from as well who sent me a video. Clear as day. A video is clear as day of an orb, but he was in a big South Fork down in Tennessee. So that was not Red River Gorge area, but still Daniel Boone National Forest. So yeah, I think that's about it for the stories. Did I lose you all? Be careful out there, Cindy Lou says. I sure will. Let's get ready to storm here, that's for sure. That is absolutely for certain. You know, and you get these people too that always say they've never heard anything. Nope, I've seen and heard lots of weird stuff though. People are run in with sketchy humans. Those actually are more bothersome and more dangerous, in my opinion, sketchy humans. Um, And someone else says, I lived in this area my entire life, have never known anyone who's experienced a sighting. I am 72 years old. I've never heard Bigfoot mentioned during my growing up years. And someone says, I've seen a few Sasquatches there. You hunt them in the 1990s and early 2000s. Not a tunnel. There's a tunnel down there too that's supposed to have paranormal activity. Some people call it Nada. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's Nada Tunnel. I've always called it Nada. Yeah, and someone said lots of high strangeness there. Yeah, they are opening up portals. They sure are. They absolutely are. CERN, their hydro, what are they called? Hydro, can't think of the name of them. They call those Cryptidville if you're still in Ohio. Not a tunnel is cool. Yeah, they say that if you go there at night, you can hear screams and stuff. I've seen YouTube videos on it. I've been through Not a tunnel many times, just not at night. Said I seen Littlefoot here once. Well, they probably did. No, I've seen little feet print. You'd be surprised at what you see out in the woods. Little people. I don't know if they call are those the Fae? Is that what they call the Fae, Jonestead? Little people of the forest. You know, down at the suspension bridge, they put up a camera at one point, and this was just last year. Is it? Yeah, this was just last year at the suspension bridge. They put because there were so many sightings. People were saying they were seeing things down there, so it's unusual to be, on a popular trail like that for somebody. Or I don't know who put it up. If the Forestry Service put it up or what? I'd say they probably did. So they are the little people. I thought so. Lots of jokesters. That's how some people refer to the little people. Gary Dane explains who and what they are too. Okay, I'll have to check him out about the Fae. I know the people really get freaked out about the Fae. I don't know much about them. There's literally people on here too that have Bigfoot outfits on. Bigfoot costumes. But anyway, I guess I'll get off of here, y'all, because I got to. Well, I've got to do. As y'all can see, I got lots to do around here. God, dude. I appreciate y'all on my coon release with me and sitting here reading the comments. If I see anything interesting tonight, I'm sure I'll probably do a video, a live stream up on Chimney Top. I can get some. I'll just see what's going on, and this is all weather permitting because it's looking nasty most of the day. We're supposed to move out tonight. I hope everybody's a good day. Demigod, Jonestead. Jonestead, enjoy your grandson's 16th birthday bash. Cindy Lou, Cryptid Bill. Y'all have a good one. Later.